Nigeria's inflation will fall to single digits next year. Well, good news in the air. The country's central bank governor, Governor Emefiele, gave this latest on Friday on the sidelines of an investment conference at the London Stock Exchange. Emefiele is optimistic that food prices will come down and help complement the reduction in core inflation. He says around 9% will be a good target. And annual inflation in Nigeria slowed for an eighth month in September, easing to 15.98%. Nigeria, which has Africa's largest economy, emerged from its first recession in 25 years in the second quarter as oil revenues rose. But the slow pace of growth suggests the recovery remains fragile. Economist Osilama Okuofo joins me via Skype to discuss this latest and other interbank money market issues. Many thanks for your time, Osilama.
Thanks.
Yes. First off, let me get your reaction to this latest from the CBN governor. He spoke this on the sidelines of the London Stock Exchange, that Nigeria will have an inflation, a single-digit inflation by mid-2018.
Like you said during your analysis, it's a welcome development if it does happen. That is what essentially the central bank, through the Monetary Policy Committee, has been targeting. It's good. It's good for investment. But like I've always said, it will come at the expense of growth. Single-digit inflation when our infrastructures are decadent and to a large extent non-existent is not good for us. Is it achievable? Very achievable. In economics, that's what we refer to as the self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe that something is going to happen over time, you consciously and unconsciously work towards it, and it does come to pass. This is going to happen, but like I said, and I've stated during several opportunities like this that I've had, it's coming at the expense of growth. And at this stage in our developmental lives, we don't need this. Inflation targeting shouldn't really be our focus. Even if it does happen, I can assure you to be nominal inflation reduction, not real. Because in economics, we talk in terms of real and nominal terms. But yeah, like you said, it's good. Let's see how food inflation, which is actually even the most important aspect of it all, would calm down, so that Nigerians, when they go to the market to buy their basket of goods and services, they won't really push themselves or break the bank to do that.
Yes, I know, Osilama, the last time we spoke, you said you wanted the CBN to actually reduce interest rates from 14% that it has it now. And yes, he's optimistic that food prices will go down to help complement the reduction in core inflation. But the CBN is still holding its benchmark interest rate at 14%. How do we achieve this?
14.5 actually.
His optimism, yeah.
Yeah, 14.5 actually. But like I said, we're talking about the government. The government can achieve anything it really wants to achieve. Now, a situation where the central bank is holding base rates at 14.5, cash reserve ratio at 22.5, and then you have the federal government, which is the fiscal leg, saying they're going to roll over 60% of the capital budget to next year. What it tells you is that they are pursuing a strategic policy of contracting the economy, squeezing the economy, so such that you don't have, in quote, excess funds out there, which under normal circumstances, if we want to define what inflation is, you have too much money pursuing too few goods. In this case, when you now strangulate the economy, as it were, of course, inflation will come down because you have few little money, in circulation. But like I said, and I'm emphasizing it, it's not good for growth, and we don't need this at this point in time. It can be achieved, it can be done, but it will be nominal, it won't be real. Like I said during the last time I was with you, actually, I did suggest that the central bank should reduce the monetary policy rates by some basis points, essentially because of the fact that the economy is strangulated right now. The deposit money banks need money to loan, to give to investors, to carry out their business activities. That is how you grow an economy. My problem with the central bank's monetary policy committees, we are focused on copying and pasting what the Bank of England's monetary policy committee is doing. We forget that our situation and theirs, they are not the same. The British economy has reached the peak. It has reached its zenith. The only way is down. Ours is just, we're just trying to, develop our infrastructures, enhance growth, ensure that employment, is beefed up. But you don't achieve that with the kind of policies that we see being churned out both from the fiscal and the monetary legs.
All right, let's quickly talk about the persistence of scarcity of funds in the interbank money market. We've witnessed that last week and also this week, but the CBN continues to intervene with its injection. Do you think that this can be aggravated, and do we see any negative impacts in that?
If you have scarcity of funds, this just goes back to what I said. If there's a squeeze in the market, essentially what the central bank, from what you have said, is doing is pumping in funds into the economy. It's good, but these are just stopgap measures. They are short-term, very, very short-term measures, which they are not lasting. What we need are more lasting, far-reaching solutions that will kickstart and jumpstart this economy, such that the deposit money banks will be well placed to play in their role, and not the central bank doing all that. And then investors can, bring their natural talents into play and help grow this economy. But when we now keep doing all these kick and spot measures, it's not going to help our economy. It's not going to help growth on the long run.
All right, economist Osilama Okuofo, thank you for your take on business tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.